Oh, jeez. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a good evening. Oh yeah. We're waiting on, verifying file integrity. I like how the file you download takes like 2 seconds to download, and then it takes like 5 minutes to verify the integrity of that file. And it's weird because it doesn't matter how big the file is. Like, you could download a freaking, like, multiple gig file, and it'll take the same 5 minutes that it takes if it's just a little fucking, like, 20 megabyte file. It makes no sense. So anyway, yeah, we're in the middle of this rather lengthy archon quest, because the new character Lyney has gotten himself in a real fucking weird scenario where while he was doing a magic show, this water tank thing that was hanging above the stage snapped. Well, the rope holding it snapped, I guess, and it fell on top of the box that they were using to do a swap, a magic trick where they swap between two different boxes. And apparently this killed one of Lyney's assistants, and surprise, surprise, the freaking water archon just happened to be at this performance, of course, and she's like, oh no, fuck this. I'm accusing Lyney of this shit. So now Lyney has to stand trial, and Aether is his lawyer. I mean, he's just like, oh yeah, I could be your freaking lawyer. Why not? Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, I had to I stopped in the middle of this kind of sequence that you're not supposed to interrupt, so I'm not sure if I fucked myself over and I have to play back through some of the same shit I already did again. Not sure how that works. It looks like I'm okay. I think we're in the same place we left off yesterday. Thank you for your love for Tavat special cuisine. Okay. What did I do to get that? I don't know. Okay. Okay. So we just go here and do that. Alright. So now we're supposed to wait, I guess, until the trial starts. So. Alright. Also, Aether met this really hot girl that is helping him investigate this case. I forgot her name, but yeah. She might just be the new hottest waifu in Genshin Impact. And there she is, right there.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing.
Let's take things step by step.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. We'll get to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lyney and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands.
Well, I guess she's talking about herself. Aether is more than supporting him. He's acting as his lawyer. So. But yeah, okay, so her name is Navia.
Besides,
Yeah.
I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed? Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Just you wait.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Lyney explain the trick?
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you,
Stunned,
Mr.
I
Lyney.
tell ya.
In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lyney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
How could Lyney not know about that sound? Well, I don't know. It depends on the timing, right? Like, was he still in the tunnel when it happened? So if he was still in the tunnel, then yeah, he might not have heard it.
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
Again, he could have been in the tunnel.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean
They probably represent the oratrice's stance on the trial.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye.
Do what?
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
The House of the Hearth?
They're Fatui?
No wonder they did something like this.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
Isn't this the way every freaking Archon quest goes? It always ends up the fucking Fatui did it.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it. The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Hey, Lyney! Why didn't you tell us this before?
Lyney and Lynette are Fatui.
Order! Order! Mr. Lyney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Miss
Whoa.
Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
How did they establish that he wasn't in the tunnel or the box? Just because he didn't hear the sound? I mean, how do they know you can't hear it underground? It's just...
Are these claims true?
There's no doubt about a magician's ability to con others. Given how Lyney has concealed his identity, this could all have been set up beforehand. Plus, Child is here in Fontaine along with other house operatives. There must be some scheme at work here. I've been a victim of such schemes before, and now...
Please answer my question, Mr. Lyney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
Granted.
My client has withheld some key information.
In that case, what is your request?
I request a brief adjournment. There are things that must be discussed.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
So you would stick to Mr. Lyney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry.
Ugh. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset. But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
But how can we know this isn't all just another lie?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Where did you actually go while the trick was being performed?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately? During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick, with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
Okay.
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box. So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
And what did you find?
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice. Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
But why do you want to understand how the Oratrice operates?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time.
Okay, I don't understand how knowing about the Oratrice is gonna help stop a flood from happening. Like, seems like the two are completely unrelated.
It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts. Shit. I will defend you from these charges.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Actually, we already have the key evidence we need.
Huh?
The adjournment's almost over. Let's go back.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Well, yeah, but it would certainly help if you could identify who abducted the girl. Like, that's gonna become a key question. I mean, if that's the route they're gonna take.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial. When last we left off, Mr. Lyney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Lyney's perspective.
Oh boy. Okay.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Okay, I guess I
He
gotta
did not
just...
realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Lyney red-handed. So Lyney proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Lyney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Lyney experienced, and what he saw.
Well, he definitely entered the tunnel. I mean, you can't refute that, but this, I mean, it already starts here. The loud sound. Okay, so... Claims that he headed to the chamber containing the yeah. Then he claims to have heard a mysterious voice from the chamber.
According to Lyney, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay. Lyney kidnapped Halsey. So that means you can't, yeah, you can't use that evidence again.
Lyney went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Lyney knocked Cowl out.
Lyney did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Lyney did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored.
Well, I mean, the thing about this is now it's just he said, she said, the kind of thing. Like, nobody can confirm or prove either account because it all happened underground and nobody else was with them. So, I mean...
Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately. The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time. Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent!
Okay.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I believe my opposition's reasoning is flawed.
My reasoning?
The onstage equipment was clearly tampered with in a premeditated fashion.
If that's the case, then if Cowl hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Assuming that what you say is true, Lyney only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Oh, they have a point.
That's right, you tell them! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around. Oh, well, your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
How you refuted Lyney's alibi initially?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask? You're saying that he wasn't?
Your claim has also become a critical clue. Wait, what? Which is the evidence that Lyney wasn't in the tunnel when the crime took place? Oh, okay, I see. So basically, it's one of these three things. And it looks like I missed something, apparently.
why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance. This means that when the crime happened, Lyney had already entered the basement via the vent. The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Well played. To think you'd use such logic. Well then, if it wasn't Lyney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
The murderer was... The fireworks released near the end of the show ignited bird through the rope, suspended. It has caused the water tank to fall and kill Cowell.
Could there have been a third person involved? Is that really a possibility? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along? The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Huh? That can't be right. Are you serious? The killer was, in fact, Cowell, the deceased!
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely... I mean, it's not like he would want to have killed himself, so... How can we envisage Lyney as having been unable to interfere with the crime? How can I prove there was an altercation in the tunnel?
No one entered or left the Opera House through its... The deceased's name is Cowell. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the crypt. Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the Lyney was not in the tunnel at that... The deceased's name is Cowell. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Where did the missing Halsey go?
No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the sound we heard may have come from a... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Lyney as well. The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or left... It would have been tough for both people... The deceased's name is Cowell. The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. No one entered or left the Opera House through its entrances. Lyney was not in the tunnel at the...
Yeah, I missed this one.
No one entered or left the opera. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention.
The criminal must have understood the methods behind Lyney's magic trick and must have been in a position to easily modify the equipment. Leaving aside how he died, Cowell had all the means to commit the crime at his disposal. The strange noise could likely have been the sound of Cowell and Halsey struggling. Lyney was not in the tunnel for 1 minute. This would have given time for Cowell to bring Halsey out of the magic box in the audience stands. But according to the guard's testimony, no one entered or left the opera house, so even if he had taken her, there'd be no means of exiting. Exiting from the box would have been in full view of the audience, pretty much guaranteeing that they would be discovered.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Where in the world did Halsey go?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff. And here I thought you had something to show for it. But it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Escaping from the water tank. Wait, could it have been the water?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient? There is no greater sin in this opera house than an awkward delay in the performance.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second.
Lyney was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Oh god. So we gotta do this over again.
The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lyney's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Oh, well, this didn't show up the first time.
The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
Yep, it's one of the thinking ones. That is correct, Zane. Leaving only clothes behind.
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water,
Oh, come on, this is getting ridiculous now.
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
What's up, Zane? How you doing? You've been gone for the last few days. Why is Paimon wearing a stupid mask? She bought it at some... I forget now. I don't know. She was shopping. I request that we examine Cowell's personal effects.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Lyney already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection. But Halsey's disappearance is very real. We're talking about two completely different things.
Even so, I trust the Traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
What do I think of the Hydro Archon? She's annoying. Nah, I'm all about the blonde chick. She is, yeah, she is it, man. She might be the new hottest waifu in Genshin Impact. Even hotter than Beidou. Even hotter than Mona.
Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased Cowell.
Yeah, Navia, I
We are
think.
still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone post-haste. We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the Primordial Sea.
The Primordial Sea?
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times.
Yeah, Lynette's pretty nice, I guess.
One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty.
Oh, this is getting really good now.
The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl...
That's who I'm talking about right there.
Wait,
Just a minute. Could that mean... You two, with me, quick!
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order! It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results, but we cannot yet verify the veracity of these clues. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Lyney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence, so please continue speaking.
I like how they're still investigating it while the trial is happening. What kind of bullshit is that?
Of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all. Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Okay. Well, yeah, obviously
The
it's...
deceased's name is Cowell.
Obviously he's the prime suspect right now. What item did the culprit use to control the timing of the dissolution? What item did the culprit use to dissolve Halsey?
The water from the primordial sea should already have been prepped before Halsey entered the magic box.
Okay, what item did culprit use to hide the mechanism behind the crime? Wait, what are
Lynette
these?
was in the magic box on stage the entire time. Did she have something to do with this? I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box.
Okay, these last two are gonna be hard. What is happening? Well, they are having a trial because Lyney, the magician, has been accused of murdering Cowell and abducting Halsey. This happened during his performance too, mind you, during his magic show. So, okay, I thought they were saying they used the vase to hide the. So, but the vase isn't one of the options. Control the timing of the dissolution.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism.
Okay, I'm gonna select this one. And then what item did they use to hide the mechanism? I mean, it's got to be one of the two boxes, but I don't know which one.
Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time.
Okay. Yeah, it probably... I guess it would more likely be the one that was on the stage, so we'll go with that. Oh, fuck! Okay.
I remember.
Audience one then. Okay. Damn. It was one of the boxes.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey.
Okay. But that... But that would... How would the water get inside the box, though? The box had a top on it. Like, I don't understand.
Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person? What a humiliation.
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence.
By the way, I've been probably doing this Archon quest for like at least 3 hours now. Maybe more like 4, and it's still going. So this is a long fucking quest.
I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Lyney's personal effects.
What? That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt?
Well, actually it doesn't. It just means that Lyney and Cowl are equally likely to be the culprit.
My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift close. Lyney did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Lyney desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime.
Bro, she just totally changed up her story. What the fuck?
Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon.
I don't know. This is a pretty weak motive. Like, you would kill a dude just so you could take credit for abducting Halsey?
Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does seem that the famed Fatui is quite the cold-blooded and ruthless organization.
Yeah, this is
Am I
pretty
right,
weak shit here.
Mr. Lyney?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale. Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic?
He sounds too much like Zhongli, I think. Like, I don't think it's the same person, but he just sounds a lot like him.
I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Lyney, if you would be so kind.
What in the world is she saying?
Wait.
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance? Come on, Lyney and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Sorry for the interruption.
Okay, she's back, which is good, but this doesn't help explain what happened at all.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
Well, maybe she what's the opposite of dissolve? I don't know. Undissolved? I don't know. I don't know what the opposite, what the antonym for dissolve is.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Wait, what?
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
What?
What? Why?
What the hell? That means they're both wrong.
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt.
I don't know, that's such a shitty way to win a case, though. Like, yes, apparently Lyney didn't commit the crime, but your explanation for why he didn't commit the crime was completely wrong. What the fuck?
I heard that Lyney's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before.
Okay, but why would she just all of a sudden confess to all this?
But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lyney was the one who caught me in the act.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Lyney even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, that's
that would've been the end of
right.
it,
I forgot about
then
that
the number
shit.
selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
Okay, but that doesn't mean she killed him, though. Like, that doesn't explain why the tank fell from above the box.
I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
A professional thief could make it work.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
Not really. Because why did the... What, are they gonna say the thing falling was an accident now?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective.
From... Okay, so first, Lyney entered the tunnel. We know he did that. Halsey dissolved. Cowell planned to use... Infighting between Lyney and Cowell.
Seems this won't...
Lyney knocked Cowell out. Bro, I have no freaking idea what to put with any of this stuff.
The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lillian's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Okay. Now I got one.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but it was smashed during the struggle between Lillian and Cowell. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just what one might expect of an experienced thief.
And it's
Alright.
detective time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lillian panicked. Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all heard. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lillian had not dissolved. He did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
Okay, wait. So they're still claiming that fucking god damn it, what was his name? They're still claiming that he wanted to try and dissolve Lillian, I guess.
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lillian back into the box. The two broke the flower vase during the struggle, but Lillian
Cowell,
came out
yeah.
on top, knocking Cowell out and putting him in the box. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the Opera House these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
So that explains the
All the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
that explains where the 2 macarons went.
The whole story. Bravo! Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? Are you reading my mind now? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list.
Wow, okay. This is such a weird story. Okay, so Cowell abducted all those women in the past, and Lillian was his next target, but Lillian, in defending herself, put Cowell in a place where he got accidentally killed by the dropping water tank.
With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise.
Okay. So we're not talking about the water from the water tank. We're talking about he actually placed the little vial of water inside the box. Okay. So the only thing that kept Cowell from successfully completing this was that the water only works on people from Fontaine, and she wasn't from Fontaine.
Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Lyney, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Lyney, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Lyney and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Lyney and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Let's not celebrate just yet.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn. How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Lyney's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
Uh-oh. It could declare a mistrial now.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Lyney, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Lyney, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration. We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent mora off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about. The...
He turned into water.
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
Okay, wait, who's them? Who are we talking about now? Because we're not talking about the Fatui, right?
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
So, we're just going back now?
We're not needed here anymore.
That's true, but...
Traveler, Paimon! Please wait.
Lyney...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui.
I just didn't wish to see anyone be falsely accused.
I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight. I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Lyney this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
Wait, who's the Knave? Did we meet her? I don't.
That's right.
If we did, I don't
Since
remember.
We're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? It's about my past. Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
Yep, he is a member of the Fatui, yeah.
I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first, too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets at any rate.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me.
Bro, you're not gonna roll for Lyney now because he's a Fatui?
I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
Wait, so this is literally trafficking now. Bro. You even got trafficking involved in this fucking game? Shit.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Villains!
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person, and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans. Father, I mean, the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here. I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles. But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
That's all in the past, though.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis's power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Also, Lyney sounds like Albedo, I think.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland. To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
But I still can't completely trust you.
It's all right. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you. I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me. I will do my best to help you, as plain Lyney.
Goodbye.
Bye, Lyney!
Okay.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
What? I thought we already solved it. We determined Cowell was the one behind it, right? So, what else is there? I guess maybe who was controlling Cowell, maybe? I don't know. Well,
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
I was really only trying to defend Lyney.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah. I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Well, sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Well, if you say so.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the Court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
All right then, let's have our farewell meal.
Oh my goodness, it's finally over. Oh, now we have Act 2 of the Archon quest. Oh boy. Well, obviously we are not doing that right now. Oh, okay, cool. We get a intertwined fate. Hey, Ox. Alright. Okay. Let's, wait. Oh, okay, we can go to the Adventurers Guild here. Well, let me go ahead and do that then. What a story. Yeah, that was actually a pretty interesting Archon quest. I would say one of the better ones. Certainly had some twists and turns. Alright. Adventurers Guild.
Ad Astra Abyss.
Alright. The oratrice has delivered a verdict of not guilty. Complete prelude of blancheur and noirceur. Hope I said that right. Alrighty, well, we will watch a few VTuber clips before I call it a night here. So let me get those going here. Hello? What the fuck's going on?
The aliens. They're
No.
coming.
Stop it. Okay. Okay. Oh, also, I guess I should say that I think Fuwamoko is starting to grow on me. Like, I don't know, they're just so cute, man. And like they work really well together. But anyway. Alright, watch later. We have here. Oh shit, I got like a bunch of freaking clips here. Okay. So we'll start with some clips from that Hollow ID Minecraft competition that they had. I don't know if you watched any of that, Zane, but I actually watched it. I watched it from Mori Calliope's perspective. Fuwamoko. Well, I don't think I actually have any Fuwamoko clips. Well, wait, maybe I have one, but anyway, this is the Hollow ID Cup. So, Kobo taunts her mom and dad while winning the Hollow ID Cup.
Announcement. Are you announcing your wedding with someone? Ooh. Amen.
I see.
Congratulations.
Good job, guys. It was intense, and well, after all of those intense games, we'll be announcing the winners. We are happy to announce that the winner of the whole ID Cup is
Tiga, dua, satu.
Kasuga.
Boy. I don't think so, Kusogaki. No. I don't think so. You're gonna spank him for that.
Everyone's speaking. Yeah.
Boy. I don't think so, Kusogaki. No.
What?
You're not gonna let you get away with that. I'm not gonna let you get away with that, Kobo. I don't think so. You're gonna spank him for that. Bum. Thank you for everyone.
I got the prize. Ding, ding, ding.
Wait, your Ramen is leaking microwave radiation? Bro, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah, we'll move on here. No. All right, the next clip is Pessy and Kobo Naldo is here to conquer Hollow ID Cup 2023 soccer. Oh, who was on Kobo's team? I know Pecora was on Kobo's team, and honestly can't remember who else was on there. But yeah, basically in the soccer, which the soccer game was the last thing they did in the cup, and Pecora scored like 3 goals, and Kobo scored 1. So. Yeah, there's Mori.
Mulai dioper. Langsung ada Pecora berubah.
I like how the ball just stops like literally right next to the post. Oh yeah, I think Goro was on Kobo's team too. Oh, that was close. Oh yeah, Amelia too. Amelia was on Kobo's team. Amelia was the goalkeeper. Did she just call her Pessy?
Tertendang oleh Vestia Zeta dan sekali lagi mencetak gol. Baru dibahas. Oke.
Lionel Pessy.
どのぐらい練習しましたか、水管理チーム。いや、1回、ワンタイム。1回だけで、そんなチームワークできるのが、すごい。すごいよ。水管理。ゼータじゃないですか。レフトサイドか？レフトサイドか？レフトサイド、オッケーオッケー。ゼータじゃない？ゼータじゃない？はい。これじゃないよ。
Bro.
Right over my head. I wish I could jump better.
Dikik lagi oleh Amelia Wasan ke tengah, diambil oleh Kabukan Air dan langsung defense ke sana.
yeah, dude, this was the goal. This was the goal. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know how it happened. Hold on, show this shit again, because I want to see how this actually happened. I don't know, they're like switching too much. I couldn't tell how it happened.
Get around the ball.
There is no way. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
Udah pada tahu role masing-masing. Oh my god.
I still can't tell what happened.
Mencetak gol keempat. Wow.
Memang ya, yang biru-biru itu memang sangat-sangat.
Yang biru-biru tuh agak mengerikan.
Mengerikan sekali ya.
Seram.
Zeta, Zeta, Zeta.
Oh, cuma dari監督。頼みますよ、アーニャ監督。お願いしますね。
ブラッシャー。ブラッシャーすごいですね。そんなことないか。
Oh my god, that was close.
Yeah, Kiara scored their one goal. Yeah. Sora, yeah, Sora was not in the soccer game. She was in a different competition. She was in the now she was in the badminton. That's what she played in. She actually won her her thing, I think. She won the badminton match.
It's okay. Callie, go.
No! I had to say that. That was close.
Mamma mia. 3, 2.
Tiga, dua, satu. Sri Kandi win. Sri Kandi menang.
Yeah, overall she might. I can't remember which team she was on, but anyway.
When you smell like Old Spice and not a.
You're gonna touch Shiori.
Okay, so this clip is Narissa is a booba enjoyer.
And the dog was booba too, or only Bibu. I feel like this is something I have to address. Booba touching is obviously something that you have to get permission for. You can't just go up to people and touch their boobs. Me and Bibu, what you have to understand about our relationship is we got along really well. I guess you guys didn't know this about me till today, but I am a booby fiend. I really love to feel different breasts in my hands. That sounds so awful. Obviously, again, consent. Very important. I would never ever go up to a woman and just grope her or anything like that. But who doesn't like boobs in their hand? You can't say that you don't, huh? Are you gonna try to tell me that you don't like the feeling of boobs in your hand? It doesn't matter. As long as you ask and they say yes and are okay with it and clearly not uncomfortable, then it's okay. There's nothing weird about it, okay? I have some pretty big...
Yes, there is something weird about it. You're a girl and she's a girl.
So I want to feel everybody else's too. It's just fun. It's just fun. I'm not excited for this to get clipped. I'm gonna have to explain this to my mom. You know what that feels like to me?
Sana is eternal.
Callie did say that I said...
Oh, hey, what do you know? Another Narissa clip. How did that get in here? Okay, this one is the actual reason behind why Narissa doesn't even try to act say so.
And she's right. I think I did say that to her because it's true. I don't really mind. I'm happy to share pretty much anything about myself. I'm pretty open. But I guess I didn't want to portray myself in a false light. If you guys were going to like me, I wanted you to accept me for the way that I am rather than for, you know, like someone I'm not. So I figured right off the bat, I'd rather just be me than worry about having to be someone else or something like that. You know, I wanted to just be myself and to see if you guys like that. And if you did, then I figured I'd be happier that way. So, but because of that, I shared some weird things. I'm sorry. So yeah, came out the gate swinging with my personality, my big personality in your face. Yeah, so for me, that was something that was important, was being accepted by you guys for me. So that's why.
Oh, also
I'll just be straightforward
Fuamoko
with you.
is
And that's why I don't
like literally on the cusp of 500,000, 500,000 subscribers now.
mind being a little shameless. I feel like it helps us get to know each other better quickly. You know? I think it's important to remember that, like, who you are as an individual, not just me, but you guys too. You know, you are one of a kind, you know? So I don't think that there's any reason that anyone should, as long as they're a good person and nothing that they're doing is hurting anyone else, you know, and that they're not doing anything maliciously. I think the person that someone is very important and very unique, and you know, it's a one in. It's better to be yourself, is my point. It's better to just be yourself.
Okay, she's just rambling now.
Be happy. You'll be happier just being yourself naturally. Never stop growing, never stop evolving, jailbirds.
Damn, how many freaking... Okay.
Hot corners. I know just the guy to talk to.
That's right.
Okay. So the next clip is Pecora's hilarious English and intrusive thoughts in the ID soccer match.
As long as we score on our own goal at least once, right? That's a good thing. our own. Ready? Nice. Fighting. Secondly ready. Let's go team. Let's go team. Do we get to see? Oh, not yet, maybe. Can you turn on my hype man music? Hi.
Maybe you guys need to do the
Ready. Okay.
sports team probably do that before the match.
Okay, 行くぞ。
もう来てるんじゃない？
She basically just kicked a... Somebody kicked the ball right at her, and then she just kicked it right back and into the goal.
I'm a Pesci. Pesci is good. Okay.
すごい。どのぐらい練習しましたか、水管理チーム。
One time.
一回だけで、そんなチームワークできるのが、すごい。すごいよ。
水管理。
で、セカンドハーフは、今どんな気持ちですか？自信ありますか？優勝できるのが。
水管理チーム win。このまま頑張るぞ。
You guys were very aggressive and coordinated, and then you guys have 3 goals from Usada Pekora, right? And then 1 goal from Kobo.
Was that revenge for tug of war? Like, what's happening?
それってリベンジでしたか?
Yeah.
話しかけないでやって言ってたけど分かったの全然
Everybody gets thanks.
もう何を話してるのかはもう全く分からない状態。
上手だ。
とりあえずノリでシューイエーおーって言ってればいいかなと思って。
This is a switch bike. This is a switch bike.
Alright, oh shit, this one is not okay. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna have to skip a few of these because they're too long. We'll watch them another time. Okay. Alright, so here, this one is Rosami's new outfit broke Kiara.
This one has 3 of them. The one in the middle is more like... Oh my god, those tags, I'm sorry. I'm like drooling over the tags. I'm like... It's so fancy. Oh my god, I love it. And the last one, this one here, the hair like scheme kind of reminds me of Kiwawa. I don't know why. It looks like a matching. I know it's like kind of like pinkish, like, but it looks like a bit like Kiwawa's hair. Yeah, it's really cute. The like more casual outfit. Oh my god, Kiwawa's here!
Of course, Kiara is lurking on Niji Sanji streams.
Okay. Okay, let's keep going. What do you mean? Why is it shiny? Stop. Because I have long legs. Stop. I have long legs, okay? They're really long. I have. You see something? What is that? What is that? What's swaying back and forth? This is why I wear ties. My legs are really long. You better be wearing pants. I am. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Surprise, surprise. I am wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts. I think a lot of you guys know I love to wear a lot of skirts and dresses. Oh my god, wait, you can see my hands. I didn't even notice. Hi, these are my... You like my manicure? Stop! Kiwawa! Kiwawa! What about we just hold hands instead? So thank you! Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but I guess now you can see my face! What does... Let me show you the full body. Here! Kiwawa! Thank you! Arigato! I'm gonna do... Totally pedo!
Alright.
Did you know most dish soaps don't remove all the grease, even with scrub?
Watch us not.
Okay, so next clip. Oh, what do you know? Another Nerissa clip snuck in here. How did that happen? Alright, this one is Nerissa's booba is too heavy.
Get Nurse's horn ever again. Nerissa horn. Yeah, where is my horn? Shiori won't tell me. I'm begging you guys. Please tell me where it is. I'm desperate. On your head. No, my missing one. Please. I'm not looking for it or anything. I promise. But like, I just want to know, just so I know. It's not for anything nefarious. No. I don't plan to try and do anything evil or get revenge or anything. I would never. I need more demon magic, okay? Too much of it is being delegated to holding my breasts up. I need more power.
Shit.
I now have motion sickness.
Okay, and then, alright, this will be our final clip for the night. This is Chat realized how old Narissa is.
So I'm just going to sit on the bench.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Look at you. Hiya, babe. Bae senpai, you got a nice butt.
Thank you.
Oh my god, Bae senpai, you're stepping on me. Oh my god. Bae senpai. Bae senpai, please. I'm your kohai. You can't do this to me.
Away!
Away!
Here's a question. Do you like My Little Pony?
Never, I haven't watched it.
That's
I
okay.
don't think I've watched a full episode of My Little Pony.
That's okay.
Why is she like afraid to admit that? What's wrong with never watching My Little Pony?
I was taught brony.
Okay. Do you have a favorite pony?
No.
Based on their designs?
No.
Well, I can't believe you. I remember the 80s My Little Pony. That was the one I grew up with.
The 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The 80s My Little Pony is so funny.
I'm more of a Barbie girl.
Someone asked if we know what Polly Pocket is. Of course I know what Polly Pocket is. Bae, do you know what Polly Pocket is?
Of course not. There's no way she's gonna know what Polly Pocket is.
Do you...
I think I had one.
Please say yes. Don't do this to me.
Polly Pocket.
Please. Bae.
I think I had one.
Yeah? I like to chew on the clothes because they were a pleasant texture.
Oh goodness.
Polly Pocket.
Making me feel so
Dude,
old.
Narissa is so fucking weird, dude.
You just don't remember anything
her
about
looking
it.
like that.
Oh, shit. Oh. We got thrown into Nene's live stream. Alright.
I don't know. Thank you, Baba.
Let's see. Alright, this is Fuwamoko's live stream, like right now. They are at 499,000 subscribers.
Subjects have been noted to have many claw wounds, but are always smiling. Oh, highly effective. Congratulations! Thank you!
They have just a little more to go and they'll be at 500,000.
You didn't do anything bad. Did you do something bad? Did you? I think maybe they did. Thank you. I really didn't like the specimens. I didn't like how it was a modified house. I'm glad we didn't pick that at the end. I feel like things would have gone maybe a bit wrong if we did. Yeah. Thank you, Baba! Sakura Neko! Baba! 見た目より怖いゲームだったね。怖かった怖かった。クリアおめでとう。ありがとう。いや本当にね最初このゲーム大丈夫かな。可愛いかなと思ったけど、やっぱりね怖かった。強くなったのかな。少しだけでももしかして強くなったのかな。ありがとうバンバン。トニーボンブーズ。トニーボンバン。And it's right in between, you know? I get to guard one side and Moko-chan gets to guard the other too. Exactly. I wanted to use, but YouTube, what? YouTube's a little bit behind on the times. I think only Twitter can use our hearts, right? Yeah, but they spotted and striped, right? I wanted to say to the ruffians that can't quite see the pink hearts and the blue hearts. If you have, I'm not too sure about Android. But if you have an iPhone and you update it to the latest iOS, then you can see them. You can see them and you can use them. Yeah. But you have to update. Yeah, you have to update. It isn't the fun. I don't like updated. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the secret. But YouTube is still a little bit behind on the time. The computer is behind. But hopefully it'll catch up soon. Thank you, Ananya Baba! Thank you for the hearts! Exhibit Baba! The bows are no longer spooky. No longer. Because they're out of the mansion. Yeah. Nobody else can bow but us and the ruffians. Yeah. It's just us. Not spooky anymore. Baba! Kamimato! Baba! You did it! My cat and I are very nervous watching you defeat the final boss. I wish that you could learn to...
Okay, are they leaving or not? Like they keep going bow bow and then they keep talking. Are they ending the stream or what? I don't know what's going on.
Hope you two can keep going just like this game. Bow bow. Also, the head tap for you too. Thank you. Thank you. Bow bow. Sig night. Bow bow. Super serious. Bow bow. Hello, Flamako. Hello. Those last 100 floors were very tense. By the way, do you have a favorite Toro game or Toro character? Bow bow.
Oh, jeez.
I have one. There's a lot of really good characters, but I guess...
Okay, well, anyway. I guess we'll call it a night. Yeah, I'm sure they will have 500,000 subscribers by the time I wake up tomorrow morning, so... so yeah.
Is that a surprise? Thank you, Bow Bow! Chaos Boy! Bow Bow!
Alright, hold on.
That's so nice. Really?
Okay. So, I will stream tomorrow. I should be able to stream tomorrow night, but it might be a short stream. And after tomorrow, I'm going to be gone for a few days. So I'm not going to stream Saturday, Sunday, and Monday because I'm going to be on a trip. But I should be able to stream tomorrow night, even if it is kind of short. Oh, I was gonna ask too. What do you think I should do next on Genshin Impact? Should I just go straight into that at the second act of the Archon quest? Should I do the Lyney story quest next, or should I work on the event where I have to like find the different things and collect stuff and all that? What do you think I should stream next on Genshin Impact? Work on the event? Okay. Alright, we'll work on the event some tomorrow. So. Alright, well, so yeah, it might be a bit late tomorrow too as well. Because I'm gonna drive over to my dad's place, and then we're going on a family trip starting Saturday. So, but I should be able to stream tomorrow night. I can stream from my brother's PlayStation. So yeah. And then after that, I won't be able to stream again till next Tuesday, I think. So. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I will I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.